All right.
In 1947, when I was in, oh, I'm thinking 10th grade, something like that, for 7th grade or 9th grade, maybe 9th grade. I bought a Model T truck for use, just a little, I spent $100 on it. It was a real nice one, real good, but a pickup truck, all black with this top on it that looked like it could be a convertible, but it wasn't. It was just leather. And a little box, about from here to the end of the table, 3 by 5 or something. It didn't hold much, but it's a wooden box. But we went to a bowling alley, a couple of us guys, and we went downstairs to the bathroom. And it was crowded, and there was a bunch of guys in there, and they were being rowdy. And we broke a stanchion between the sinks and the first urinal. And everybody panicked. Oh my God, and we all ran out of there. And that was stupid because what's happened, Well, the owner or something went down and saw the broken wall, and we all got out and jumped in the Model T. The Model T only had one door. The passenger side, because on the driver's side there's a tool rack.
Oh.
So I got in first, and somebody else got behind, and that's all could fit in the cab. And then several people jumped in the back. And we started out of town, and we went down the main street of Robbinsdale and turned on 42nd Avenue, which takes us out west of Robbinsdale. And as we were driving down the street at a terrific speed of 30 miles an hour, and we could see red lights coming. So I took Douglas Drive up, turned on Douglas Drive, and went up to 44th. I was on 42nd Ave, so I went up to 44th, turned in, that was a gravel road then. And we got up about 2-3 blocks on that, and the red lights were coming around the corner at us, So I turned the truck around into a cornfield, into some dirt, and then a cornfield. Went through a cornfield for quite a ways and came out. And here we were in a lowland with the Rockford Road was above us. We had to climb quite a bit, so I pushed the low pedal. It's transmission is low and high. That's all. That's 2-speed. Pushed the low, pulled the throttle down a little bit, and it went up in a groan, and climbed right up. And its tall wheels and its high frame crawled right over everything, and we got on the highway, and we went down. We never saw any more red lights, and we went down to Winnetka Avenue and turned and went about 5-6 blocks to Corvallis, and then we came back in to Douglas Drive. I dropped the guys off somewhere, and I went home, and I can't imagine it. There was no other Model Ts in that area. I'm the only one that had one, and they never figured it out. I mean, there's one Model T in this whole area, and Van Steenhoek's had it.
Yeah.
And they never came, and I beat it.
So what was your first, go through your first car, truck, and all the cars that you had when you were young?
Okay, I had the Model T Ford. That was a 1924. And I had a 37, when I got up, I don't know, about 10th grade, I bought an old 37 Chevy. And then I had another car I bought for real cheap for tires. It was a 35 Oldsmobile, real bad wreck, but it had some tires on it. And then I started using Dad's LaSalle. He never used it, so I drove that to school and back. And when I went to get a driver's license, I had to be 15 then, and I drove the car to the LaSalle through school. And after school, I went to Henry Uglum, who was a legal person that could do a driver's license. And I said, I'm 15 and I want to have a driver's license. He says, can you drive? And I says, yeah, I just drove in here. Oh, okay. And he wrote it out on a piece of paper and asked for 50 cents. And now I'm an official driver. Then I bought as I got up into out of high school, I bought a Chevrolet that was pickup truck that had been in a fire. It was brand new, had 9 miles on it, but it was in a fire, and I was working with a body man and a guy that bought and sold and fixed cars. So I worked on that, and Dad said, this would be a pretty good truck to have if we can get it fixed. Well, we got the cab fixed and we got the new seats but we still had just a primer paint on it. So they painted it. He painted it the dark green that they had for those trucks. All the windows were back in it, but it never had a good speedometer. I never knew how fast I was going. And we finally got that fixed, but it still wasn't really a top truck because we didn't have the upholstery on the roof or anything like that. And Dad bought it from me because I wanted to get a convertible. Mm-hmm. So I bought a 47 black Mercury convertible. And I wish I had that car now.
Is that the one you have the picture of you stuck in the mud? That's the car, okay.
No, I think that's the 51 Ford.
Okay.
And I bought a new 51 Ford at almost the 52 year, and it was a demonstrator, so I got
okay.
I drove that till I went in the Army. Then my brother got a hold of it. He wasn't supposed to, but kind of wore it out. But he also got real popular in school because he had this nice convertible, and pretty soon he got a young girl pregnant, and that's the story of the 51 Ford.
Okay.
and then I bought the 51 Cadillac, and that was a beautiful car. That's when I met Dee. I had that, and she thought I was wealthy.
Yeah.
And and we had this. Yeah, then I bought a 55 Oldsmobile, 98 two-door. But we had to sell that afterwards. That's what we had when we got married. We had to sell that to get a down payment on the little house. The house only cost $7,500. No, 75. Yeah, 7,500, and I think it was 75. Yeah. And we needed a down payment on the house so we could take a contract out on it. So we used that, sold that to my friend Wayne Daly, and we got it. And we just bought 2 or 3 old wrecked cars, and for about a year, and then I finally got into a Plymouth station wagon. Huh. And after that, then Scott was born.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were born too.
In that house, car. The Medicine Lake house.
Yeah. And then we got a new 64 that we went out west in. No, we didn't. We kept the 64 car, but we bought a 62 camper truck. And then we went out west in the camper truck.
Right. Okay.
That's my first trip out west.
Huh.
And you, as we approached the big trees, you were up on the bed on top. I want to see my Bonnie. I want to see my Bonnie. You were getting lonesome, and you didn't like the darkness of the trees and stuff, and you were kind of lonesome.
Yeah.
End of story.